Okay, so Bleacher Report did an ambitious 2020 free agent targets for every NBA team article, and I figure why not react to it. This is by Dan, is it Faval? I don't know exactly, I'm sorry Dan. We're using dark mode because I cannot use light mode on any website. And we begin. The first one, Brandon Ingram to the Hawks. This would be cool. I'm under the assumption that the Pelicans are just going to max Brandon Ingram, and that's pretty much that. I feel good with just moving on to the next one. The Celtics, Aron Baynes. So, Phoenix probably wants to keep Baynes. It's probably not going to take too much to hold on to him. You think at the most maybe $7-8 million a year. As a Celtics fan, I would love this one because Baynes is a safer bet than Enes Kanter and Robert Williams. And he would give them that size that they do still kind of need. Like, I do think they still need a big. I just don't think they should go about trading one of their good players to get that guy. And it's part of the reason why I'm so scared of Philly in the postseason. So I do like this, but I think Phoenix would definitely like to hold on to Baynes. Mo Harkless to the Nets. Now this one I appreciate because this is a deep cut. I did not think I was going to be talking about Mo Harkless here. The Nets, they need more guys who are not concerned with shooting. They've certainly got enough of them. They got 4 guys basically, including one of the best players in the league, and one in Kyrie where when he's healthy it's not too far off. So they need role players and guys who care about defense and all that. So okay, I could certainly see Harkless basically taking over the role that Wilson Chandler has played for Brooklyn. Malik Beasley to the Hornets. This is another interesting one like Aron Baynes. I'm of the opinion that Minnesota is going to want to hold on to him. I think at the most it's going to cost $16-17 million a year. We don't really know because of the way the cap is probably going to be lower based on league revenue and stuff. Malik to the Hornets. So the idea behind this would basically be the Hornets would throw enough money at Malik to where the Wolves would not be comfortable matching. And off the top of my head, I don't have salary caps in front of me. I don't think the Hornets have any contracts they really need to commit to right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure Devontae's on his rookie deal for a couple years. Rozier doesn't make too much. I mean, I guess Miles Bridges' contract is up after, would it be next season? How long has he been in the league? I don't know. But even then, his wouldn't be too much. So in that sense, they could probably afford it. My question basically is, we're going to go with 3 guards. We're going to go Rozier, Devontae Graham, and Malik Beasley. It would be an idea. It'd certainly be a lot of ball handling and shooting. Maybe you'd be sacrificing a little too much size, even if you have one of those guys come off the bench. But the Hornets, they certainly need more talent, and Malik Beasley's talented. I've liked him for a while. Derrick Jones Jr. to the Bulls. This is a very deep cut. I don't know, man. To me, it's fire boiling. Get a coach who knows what he's doing. Hope the team is healthy, and that to me is the more interesting conversation than the actual small moves that Chicago makes. And this would be it wouldn't be a huge move, but it wouldn't be I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, Derrick Jones Jr. He plays defense. He's a good athlete. I just don't know if I don't have a take on Derrick Jones Jr. to the Bulls. I just think they have other things to worry about, basically. Oh, I see what you're doing here, Dan. This is something that I've done in the past when I've done my free agent videos where I've basically named one guy for multiple teams. Derrick Jones to Cleveland. Similar to Chicago, I think Cleveland has things to worry about besides getting guys like Derrick Jones. I mean, they need themselves a star player, pretty much, and they need themselves a long-term coach as well, but if you need just one guy to bring some excitement and some defense and some athleticism and some offense, I'll admit I don't have Derrick Jones's shooting numbers in my head immediately. Then I guess that could be something. I'm already 5 minutes in almost, and we've just gotten to Dallas. My guy Jae Crowder to the Mavs. Okay, I mean, what did Dallas really need at this point? They probably just need two-way defenders. I mean, they got Luka, they got KP. They're hoping Hardaway can be the third scorer. So I see the idea. Some Crowder and Dorian Finney-Smith as 2 wings who can play some defense and hopefully hit open shots. Crowder also to the Nuggets. So Jeremy Grant just declined his player option. That could be Crowder's place on this team. Crowder's like 6'6", but he's always done an okay job at being a power forward. I guess the fear would be if it stole some of Michael Porter Jr.'s minutes. I guess another thought is that Denver already kind of has a guy like Crowder with Torrey Craig. And next we have Fred VanVleet to the Pistons. VanVleet's free agency is going to be something, because to me, he's good enough to be a starting point guard for any team that needs one at this point. And if I do think he's worth giving, somewhere between $18 to $22, $23 million a year to. Of course, again, salary cap probably going to be lower than we envisioned. And Detroit has the money. I mean, they're only committed to $70 million, so that would be enough for VanVleet. And I think at a certain point, Toronto would move off of him. We'll have to see how much they really want to keep him, but VanVleet's good, man. There's no doubt. I think he's definitely good enough to be a starter for somebody. Marc Gasol and the Warriors. Do the Warriors have their mid-level? I would have to assume so. That'd be the only way that they could actually get a guy like Gasol. I'm pretty sure Dan mentions it in the thing. I'm just not really reading it like that. Yeah, I get it. Guy who can defend, hit an open three. I mean, Gasol in some ways he'd be kind of like Bogut, like when the Warriors had Bogut his last couple of years and he was still really good defensively, even if that was all he could kind of really do. I could picture Gasol with the Warriors, no doubt about that. It would be a good fit. Jeremy Grant to Houston. He could be another one of those guys who they can put at basically the center spot if they're going to commit to the small ball thing. And if not that, then he can serve to be, a switchy wing who can hopefully make open threes if they're going to sign a center and go back to a somewhat typical team. And we're going to have to see what they want to do with D'Antoni, if he's going to stay on past the postseason and everything. But I could see it, and I'm imagining that Houston's got a mid-level. Jeremy Grant declining his player option was definitely an interesting thing. I guess, has he officially done it yet? I don't think you can, but there was a report saying he's going to. It's kind of weird. I didn't picture Jeremy Grant choosing to go into the open market, but he is. Denver gave up a first-round pick for him, and up to this point, it probably hasn't been that great of a move. So, Joe Harris to Indiana. They've got a lot of shooting already, and in one sense, more shooting is never a problem. I mean, between Brogdon, TJ, McDermott, Justin Holiday, if you added Joe Harris to that, I don't have any real problems. I don't think that set of wings, and Brogdon's a guard, but I don't think that set of players would get torched defensively. But I could also see why you might want Indiana to go for one guy who's more of a wing defender. Like maybe Harkless would be a good fit for them as well, But I don't know. Like Joe Harris is a good player, certainly, and shooting is... You can never have enough shooting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I know I'm using that word a lot, but free agency typically is. It's going to be interesting to see what Indiana's plans are. Like, are they just going to be pretty much like, our team is good and we just got to wait for Oladipo to get back? Or are they going to look to shake things up a little bit? Of course, there have been the Oladipo rumors about his contract negotiations, so Indiana could be exciting. The Clippers, Marc Gasol, that one's cool too, especially if Montrez isn't going to be there and they just want a cheap option. You could have Gasol and Zubac split the minutes at center. I think I need to go a little bit faster. Dragic to the Lakers, that one would be wild. I just don't know if the Lakers could afford it. I mean, you assume KCP accepts his player option. They've got Rondo, I believe, on a player option. They've got Quinn Cook on a team option. Even if all of those guys were gone, I feel like the Lakers still wouldn't have enough money to get a guy like Dragic, because you assume Dragic costs like $15-16 million a year or something for somebody. Maybe it would be way less, I don't know. Tony Snell to the Grizzlies, this is a deep cut. I feel like he's just going to accept his $12 million player option for the Pistons, I don't think Tony Snell is going to get more than that on the open market. If he did go to the Grizzlies, it's fine. 3-and-D guy, not a problem. Gallo to Miami, that one's fun. They, of course, were rumored for him at the deadline. Miami, similar to Indiana, what are they going to do? They're going to look to really shake things up, or are they just going to re-sign Dragic and kind of run it back as it is? Because Gallo, I think he would definitely fit there. I mean, you think of a starting five of whoever their point guard would be. Maybe they would just move Jimmy to the point, honestly. I wouldn't be shocked if they did that. You could go Jimmy, Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, Gallo, Bam. You got Iguodala still there. Like, a lot of versatility that Spo could work with. And again, they can afford Iguodala. Or not Iguodala, Gallo. The question would be, would they give Gallo a super long contract? Because I would assume they've still got hopes for free agency a couple years from now. Of course, there's the Giannis class and whatever. Are there any that I can go through quick? Joe Harris to the Bucks. It's a good fit. Don't know if they can afford him. It's fine. Millsap to the Wolves. I think in that T-Wolves video I did, I said that they should go for a two-way power forward. Millsap would have to be taking a lot less money, because if the Wolves re-sign Beasley, that's pretty much all their money. So then it would have to be a mid-level, and I don't know, is Millsap going to go from $30 million to $8 million? Is Denver going to want to get off of Millsap? Like, I think he's been good for them, so I don't know there. Ibaka to the Pelicans. Okay, if you want Favors and Ibaka to split the minutes at center, it'd be a good fit. Now, we've had 3 Raptors changing teams in this article, and there's a chance that does happen. We don't know what Toronto's going to do. I mean, as far as we know, the only guys who are really going to be there are Siakam, Lowry, and, a couple guys. Anunoby and Powell, and so, yeah, Ibaka could be gone. Fred VanVleet to the Knicks. I've tweeted that I think the Knicks are going to max VanVleet. Whether I really believe that or not, I don't know, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, if the Knicks gave Fred VanVleet $22 million a year, that'd be a good move. He's a mid-20-year-old point guard, and he's damn good. KCP to the Thunder. See, I just think he's going to accept his player option. If he declined it, then that'd be a good fit. They need another wing who can at least not suck from outside before they go to the Schroeder lineup. We'll have to see what OKC wants to do with the whole team. Dragic to the Magic. I don't think the Magic have the money. I think they screwed themselves when they gave Aminu the contract last offseason. I don't think they can afford a guy like Dragic. But he'd be a good fit, certainly. They need any sort of perimeter talent they can get. Galloway to the Sixers. That's just depressing. Bogdan to Phoenix. I think they might be able to afford him. I mean, restricted free agency can be tough. The only thing is, do they need another scorer? Maybe. I mean, to me, they really need a two-way power forward, somebody like Millsap. But, if you want another guy who can make shots and create for other dudes, it's not a horrible idea. I don't know. They got a lot of wings already. Maybe somebody would have to take a back seat if they got to Bogdan. Jeremy Grant to the Blazers. That's the type of boring move that the Blazers typically make, so cool. I wish they would do something more exciting, but I could definitely see it, and it wouldn't be a bad fit, certainly. Jae Crowder to the Kings. Do I have to talk about Jae Crowder for a third time? I don't really want to. He's an okay player. There you go. Sarch to the Spurs. I'm sure Popovich would like him, and perhaps Popovich could really get Sarch setting screens on and off the ball and doing a little more than just being a spot shooter. I would like to see Sarch featured more in offense, because I think he's got something that he hasn't really been able to show off yet as a ball handler and contested shot maker and stuff like that. Justin Holiday to the Raptors. Okay, fine. That's all I've got on that one. Jeff Teague to the Jazz. If they just want to shore up the point guard spot a little bit. I don't think Teague would cost much. We'll see what the Hawks want to do with him. And Derrick Jones Jr. on the Wizards. It's the third Derrick Jones Jr. There were 3 Jae Crowders. Okay. Personally, what I want the Wizards to do is just put 5 shooters out there. Just get like a stretch 5 to play with Bertans so they can score 150 points a game. They'll give up 150 as well, but so what? And yeah, that's it. Shout out to Bleacher Report. Shout out to this, what I think is going to be, like a 15-minute video or whatever. The timestamp got messed up when I'm recording, so I don't totally know, but it's whatever it is. Yeah, free agency 2020.